Hi, Ben. My name is Ellen. I'll be correcting these essays. Let's take a look at what you've done in the first set. We've got schools and if they should be more entertaining. Okay. Nowadays, the aim of schooling has become one of the most popular topics in society. Although some people argue that the only meaning of academic institutions is education, I personally advocate the view that schools should provide more entertainment. This essay will discuss this issue using examples from the research of Stanford University and Chinese governments to demonstrate points and support arguments. All right, it's beautiful. Great. Let's keep going. Undoubtedly, some believe schools should focus on introducing academic education. That is because today's society is competitive and students are required to receive intensive learning in order to win against others in the final exam. All right, it's not just one final exam, is there? Isn't there like final exams, plural? In China, for example, in order to get a high score on the final standardized test, most third-year Chinese high school learners are asked to arrive at classrooms before 7 a.m. and leave after 11 p.m. with only 1 or 2 hours rest at noon. Know the. Therefore, it seems that schools should not place any value on other activities which are irrelevant to teaching academic subjects. Okay, so here's the thing. I like this. I thought you wrote very nicely. Um, you told me though that you think schools should provide more entertainment. And this essay asks you, which do you agree with? So essentially, you need to express your viewpoint, and that's it. So what you've done here is you've written a concession paragraphs. And I'm a huge fan of, I can't speak today, sorry. I'm a huge fan of concession paragraphs. I think they really make the essay richer and more complete. However, if you're going to do that in an essay like this, where they've only asked you for your opinion, there is absolutely no reason to talk about what some believe. Okay? All we care about is what you agree with. Do you understand what I mean? So what you need to do is you need to rephrase this, okay, to show why you're talking to us about this. So let me show you how you could do that. So although it is understandable why some believe the only meaning of academic institutions is education. On the whole, I personally advocate this. Okay, so this way you're showing that, you know what? Yeah, I see. I get it. Like, I understand why people might think this. Then this makes sense. Okay, so this is to show you. It's funny, some people say, like, oh, an introduction is not important. Well, it is because it shows a progression of ideas. Okay, you have to show that your essay is a unified whole where all the ideas link to each other. Okay, so if you're going to have this paragraph, you need to have let us know that you're going to do it. The best way to do it is what I suggested here. So although there is some legitimacy to the idea, or perhaps you could say, although it is true that education is extremely important nowadays. Okay, or maybe you could just say academic learning is extremely important nowadays. On the whole, I advocate that schools should provide more entertainment. So do you understand? You need to show us that you're going to do this kind of concession paragraph. All right, let's keep going. That being said, I still believe schools should become more entertaining for several reasons. To begin with, entertainment, including extracurricular activities, can ease learner stress, helping them relax and have better performance in learning. According to recent studies from Chinese governments, for instance, when schools introduce activities such as sport events and school club recruitment, I don't understand that, students show less stress and anxiety during studying and can better concentrate on thinking or rote memorization. Okay, so I want you to be careful here. Extracurricular activities is very vague. So let me give you an example. So when I was in school, we had debate club. We had I don't know, we did this thing where we volunteered and, helped various people in need. We had like amnesty. So why am I telling you these things? I'm telling you these things because these were, important things and they were great things to do, but they were not entertaining. So this is one of the areas where IELTS is checking in an indirect way your knowledge of vocabulary. So look at the task again. It says entertaining. Some they have to be more entertaining. So you have to ask yourself, what does entertaining mean? It means something that kind of sweeps us away. It makes us laugh. It makes us feel lighthearted and joyful, and something that could be funny and really just, oh, isn't this swell? Isn't this splendid? Okay, like that kind of thing could be entertaining. So as you can see, the extracurricular activities that I mentioned, they don't really fall under that category. And the reason why I'm telling you this is because I want you to be careful with just talking vaguely about in extracurricular activities. Okay. Right, like this. A sport event. A sport event might be entertaining to watch, but if you're a player, it can actually be very stressful. So it would be hard to argue that it's entertaining. Do you understand what I mean? So sport events, yeah, as a spectator, I didn't understand this or how that could be entertaining. So I want you to be careful with some of this, all right? Let's keep going. Furthermore, a student's physical health could possibly be enhanced if they were allowed to pursue more leisure activities. Careful. Again, entertainment and leisure activities are not necessarily the same. Okay? Such activities on campus, like playing basketball and football, are not only a way of entertainment, but also provide them with opportunities to maintain regular health friendly exercise. Research from Stanford University indicates that minors who spend at least 1 hour per day playing sports are better at muscle strength and higher energy level. No, you can't say they are better at muscle strength. They have greater muscle strength and higher energy levels than others, which reduces the possibility of contracting diseases. Thus, it is essential for institutions to encourage students to engage in the activities for their sake. Okay, so again, we talked a little bit about some of the issues that I saw here. Now let's go to this one, and then I'll tell you some other things. In conclusion, due to the examples related to students' mental and physical health, I firmly believe that schools should offer a more entertaining environment. In fact, it can be predicted that academic organizations in the future will put emphasis on providing a more well-rounded living on campus, including varied extracurricular activities that only touch teaching knowledge. Okay, so the last thing I want to talk to you about is your decision to write 5 paragraphs. So we typically recommend a 4-paragraph structure. I'm not really sure. Well, first of all, you could have gotten rid of your concession paragraph. That's a given. All right. And then if you had done that, you could have just talked about what you believe, what you side with, and then you could have gotten rid of this. Okay. Alternatively, you could have kept the concession paragraph and you could have gotten rid of one of these. I would have probably gotten rid of this one since of the two, I felt it was weaker. So that's my suggestion on this. Try to stick to the 4-paragraph structure. There are several reasons why I suggest it. We don't have to get into it now. Did you do the same thing here? No, you didn't. Let's see what you wrote. Measures that have beneficial impacts on children's growth are discussed by most parents nowadays. Although reading is one of the effective methods, I subscribe to the notion that playing pleasurable activities with children is a better approach for them to learn skills and cultivate their creativity. This essay will discuss this issue using examples from Harvard University and Japanese. Look, the Japanese government to demonstrate points of support arguments. And then it's perfect. It's nice. To begin with, unlike reading, joyful activities involved in interaction cultivate a child's numerous skills. Okay, fine. Such exercises include team sports and multiplayer puzzle-solving games. Oh, I see. Such exercises, including team sports, not only need children to achieve targets by cooperation, but also require them to organize and express their thoughts, therefore improving their skills of oral communication and teamwork. For example, recent studies from Harvard show that minors who played basketball and football at a young age can show more confidence when giving public speeches and better lead a team to finish group studies. In contrast, One can read a book alone without any contact with others. Thus, the above skills cannot be enhanced by reading. Oh, I love that you did that. Thank you so much for including some sort of reason why this stuff cannot be accomplished with reading. That was exactly what I wanted to say. On top of that, reading may not be better than engaging in other enjoyable activities as a form of developing mind's creativity. In fact, many people agree that the best way to nurture a creative child is to encourage one to use imagination and create something new. According to the research from the Japanese government, see, here you did it right. For instance, many Japanese artists reveal that their parents usually encourage them to draw, play instruments, or even build freestyle, no S, Lego buildings without any limits during their childhood, which kindle their inspiration to be art creators. On the contrary, here in contrast would be better. Reading might not be able to achieve the same outcome since it is all about receiving the existing information instead of inventing. All right, perfect. I really, really like the way you've developed this. Okay, yeah, you had a grammatical mistake. Not a big deal. In terms of the linkage of your ideas and in terms of the development, yes. Okay, really, really good job. This was done really nicely because you focus on creativity. You did exactly what they asked you to do, but then you also compared it to reading. So really, really well done. Good. In conclusion, due to the aforementioned examples, I firmly believe that involving a child in entertaining and playful activities instead of reading can develop superior skills and make the youngster more creative. Actually, get rid of actually. Don't want it there, okay? Um, let's see. Let's see. Instead of actually, we could have said, why don't you do this? In the future, it is predicted that such a manner of parenting will become more and more popular. Dumb. Okay, so that's how I would have made that work a lot better. Okay, so I'm really happy with your first essays. Okay, yeah, the first one had some issues that we've talked about, but the second one really just made up for it and showed that you do understand, you got it, you know what you need to do. So let's pull it all together. Let's see more essays like that second one. Go ahead, correct these, return them to us corrected, send us your new set of essays, and of course, start an error correction list, okay? And we'll meet back here with that next set. Good luck.